Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Pam's HarvestCraft. Today, as you can see, I'm doing a little bit of foraging before we start because obviously we had that little mistake a few episodes ago and now I don't have any fruit trees, so I thought actually let's come out and see kind of what we can find. And thanks to Just Enough Items, I now know that you actually need eight of these to make a sapling, which is a lot more than the old version of the mod. So I've been hanging around here for a while and just kind of, you know, letting these mature, and these seem to be kind of the only trees that are growing in this area, which is fine. So we know that those grow in this climate, and I've also been grabbing a bunch of gardens as well while I'm here so that we can have a few of those things. So I'm just going to head back to my base now and we'll get started for the day. So the reason I was collecting all of those different crops from the trees was because I realized the area over here was looking quite empty, and you can see that I've kind of placed down a couple of wood things because I'd quite like to have like just sort of like a mini orchard of the kind of plants that would grow in this area, just to kind of make it look nice, have like little canopies, and yeah, just kind of fill it in, like make it lusher back here so kind of the farmer has more things that he can sell locally. Oh, I say that, I had this realization the other day when I was playing this, and I am the farmer. That is my job. That is what I am doing. So I think, you know, from now on, probably pointless to refer to the farmer in the third person because that is me. I am the farmer. And as the farmer, I take my responsibility very seriously, obviously, to make sure this area is looking good. Not really sure what to do about all of this junk over here. Although today, the plan is to get this moved somewhere new. So I'll tell you a little bit about that in a second. But you've probably noticed over here, I managed to get myself an acacia sapling. Not from going to any kind of acacia biome, but because the wandering trader turned up, attempted to trample all of these. But eventually I did manage, for some reason I logged out, and when I logged back in again, he had different trades, and one of them was an acacia tree for 5 emeralds, which is a little bit pricey. You know, we know he's a bit of a scam artist, but I bought it anyway, and now we have like a nice acacia tree, which I can get more saplings from, which I might try and do in a bit. My plan for today is to work on the next house that's going to go next to this one. It's going to be a little bit different, and I actually would like to use some concrete for it, which means I'm going to need a lot more sand because I don't think I have any sand at all. And the best place that I know where to get it from is either, let me have a look. Oh, I've got 64. That's not too bad. I could do with a bit more though. Either the riverbed or the swamp that's over there. So I might actually go into the swamp and see if I can get not just that, but a bit of gravel as well, and maybe some more fruit trees actually, and see what kind of stuff we've got. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the morning. No fruit trees left, sadly. Obviously, like, the replay mod has deleted all the fruit on them, but now we randomly have like a supply of jungle wood that I kind of forgot about, so that's pretty cool. I managed to get not only a bit of sand, but also quite a lot of clay as well, and I went over to my my pit, my my digging hole, and just kind of got a bunch of stuff as well. And a zombie came out and obviously tried to attack me, which made me a little bit paranoid about all the caves that are around here. So I decided to come in and light them up. And I cannot believe what I found. Look at this pig. Isn't he amazing? No, obviously I found a skeleton spawner, and I thought I'd wait for you guys to actually have a look and see what's in these chests. So let's... Ooh, a music disc. Cool. I've already got melon seeds, so that's fine. I'm definitely taking the music disc. I might as well take the melon seeds. I definitely want the bones. Not sure about the gunpowder. I might just leave that here and come get that another time. Let's have a look in the other one. Oh my gosh. Diamond horse armor and an enchanted gold apple. That's like the really cool, like, notch apple, isn't it? Oh my gosh, right, zombie flesh, you can go. I'll have you. And we have a whole bunch of horses that hang around. Oh, yeah, all right, mate, calm down. It's like the protector of the skeleton spawner or something. Oh, yeah, I want the iron too. Give me the iron. I don't need sticks. Okay, no, sticks. Get rid of the sticks. Right, I don't really need any of the other things in here. I can always come back for those. But that's amazing. A skeleton spawner, like right near my base. Like, never happens to me. That never, ever happens to me, like, in any game of Minecraft. Like, that is amazing. I'm still, like, not really sure what to do about it. Obviously, I want to make a skeleton spawner, but that will have to be a project for the future, which means I can have another way to get levels, another way to get loads of bone meal to grow all my plants. I made this handy little entrance. Obviously, there's not much point to it at the moment because the wall isn't finished, but eventually it means I can get to my quarry, and obviously it will also mean I can get to my skeleton spawner, which is very exciting. So that's definitely a project for the future, but today we are going to get started on the house over here. So to make concrete, I think you put the dye in the middle and then you have like 4 of each. Oh, very nice. I actually didn't realize that you get 2 cyan dye, so I didn't think I had enough like of green and blue, but it looks like we should be able to get 64. Oh, more than 64. Oh, that's cool. So how many do you actually get? I might be able to make loads. I mean, I probably don't need more than 64 for what I've got planned, but that's pretty nice. Yeah, the powder's really interesting, like compared to the actual concrete, because it's got a bit more texture. But we are going to be using some cyan wool as well. I'm actually going to use this melon to jump over here. I probably should have brought my shears with me. Yeah, let's go get those actually, because they're... Oh, I jumped the wrong way. I'm having a great time today, guys. I'm very tired. I've been in work all this week. For those of you who don't know, like the last sort of 4 or 5 years, no, maybe 6 years actually, I've been working as a teacher, and obviously we're not doing a lot of teaching at the moment for reasons that you're all aware of, but I am still taking care of some children who, you know, are the children of key workers every sort of 2 weeks, which is like a nice break for me. But it does mean that I don't have time to record videos then, because I am absolutely knackered after being in school with the children all day, because we're very physical. We're not doing any learning. We're just like, you know, running around and doing art projects, and we have to do it all at like a social distance as well. So that's been very interesting. Let me know what you guys have been up to during this rather strange time for all of us. Right, so the house is going to be here, and it's going to be a little bit different to what we're used to, because I've decided I want the entrance at the side, and I want the roof to face a different direction, as if this is like an older house. And there's a weird like medieval term actually, that there used to be like a house would be kind of about 5 meters in length, so you know, 5 blocks in Minecraft, and that was called a perch, and that was kind of as much land as you was allowed to have. So sometimes in like pictures of like old English towns, if you see like a really narrow house, that actually is what's known as a medieval perch. So that's kind of what I wanted here, and I wanted it to be kind of spooky looking, because it is actually where we're going to keep all of the enchanting setup, so I can go in there. I don't think I can ferry the skeletons from over there into here, now that I'm thinking about it. That was kind of like an idea that I'd had after I found that, but I think it's too far, so I probably have to build something else over there. Maybe a haunted house, actually. That would be quite cool. But we're going to get started on this today, and it's gonna, I think it's, yeah, I hope it look cool. And what the other thing I need to get actually is I need to grab some of the vines from the side of my house here, because I want to experiment with a bit of the old mossy stuff. So I think you have to break them from the bottom. So I'm going to grab some of this, I'm going to get all my materials together, and then I think we will start our building. So I took some lovely clips of me building this house, and you can probably already guess what's happened. They didn't save properly, and it took me a while to figure out why that was. That wasn't actually the worst thing that happened. The other thing that happened was my Minecraft crash, which is, you know, not too unusual, but when I tried to open it again, it said that the Minecraft jar had been deleted. So I spent a long time trying to figure out what this was, you know, kind of thinking, oh, this is perhaps a little bit more serious than a couple of movie files not saving properly. And it turns out that the program that I've been using, which is Screenflow, to record a lot of these things, are absolutely massive. I mean, I have a terabyte of space, more than a terabyte of space, in fact, on my hard drive, and the whole thing was almost completely filled up, because each one of these movie files is almost 40 gigabytes, not 40 megabytes. 40 gigabytes, you know, so the Minecraft had decided it didn't have enough space left. Eventually what I actually did was go into the proper Minecraft, because normally I use multi-MC, which is like quite a nice little launcher if you want to have like multiple instances of Minecraft, but I uploaded the saved files. Luckily, at first I thought they were actually corrupt, but they weren't. It was just the space issue, and I managed to get my beautiful worlds to work again, and recorded this little bit for you guys to see me doing a little bit of building and kind of explain what had happened. Yeah, it's a little bit stressful, shall we say. This was meant to be a nice calm day where I did a little bit of building, you know, and we got to have a new thing, and it's making me think that this kind of like spooky house is a little bit cursed. But that's okay, you know, we've got stuff that we can do to make it better, make ourselves feel better. But that is where we are at the moment, guys. So I'm gonna stop this here, and we'll see where the house is at, and we can do a little bit more building together. So the house is almost done now, and I thought, okay, let's take this opportunity to do some interiors rather than the actual like building of the house, because that's not something I do on camera very often. And then I realized that I'm actually completely out of spruce. And not only am I out of spruce, I like really foolishly didn't collect any saplings. So that's like partly why I'm here, is to just take down a few of these spruce trees, but also to collect some saplings so we can have some super tall ones. I'll come back for that guy in a minute. But yeah, we're going to do lots of spruce kind of like trapdoors and things, and I might use my silk touch pick actually so that I can pick up all of the bookcases and we can get started on a nice little enchanting setup. Oh, actually, while I'm here, I might see if I can spot some unusual gardens that I haven't got like many of yet, because that's another project for the future, obviously, is to have more Pam's HarvestCraft stuff actually growing in our area. So I will catch up with you guys when I have a decent amount of saplings collected. All right, we're back. I've made myself a little spruce farm. Hello. Hello. That wasn't the intro I was expecting, but you know, it's always nice to be butted in the nose by a horse. Anyway, so this is how the house is looking so far. I grabbed a whole bunch of stuff so that we can get on with decorating the interior. So first of all, I mean, the first tip that I really have, like if you're going to decorate an interior, is I always do the stairs first, because I find that doing the stairs kind of helps with the placement of a lot of other things, and you kind of know also like how big the top area is going to be. So the idea that I had is that this person would be a kind of a dodgy person who has, actually let's whack a crafting table in here, who kind of has like a little back potion shop going on where they're like brewing things maybe a little bit illegally back here. So oh, here we go, we do have the spruce trapdoors. So I wanted them to be placed like this. This horse is like definitely wanting to come in this house. I'm gonna adopt you soon. Yes, I do want one there because I am going to put a door in, but you need to kind of put the trapdoors on first, like this, and like pile them on top of each other so they go all the way up to the ceiling. That one did not go right. I'm doing really well teaching you guys how to place things in Minecraft. Facing the right direction always helps. There we go, like nothing happened. I might put a little bit of extra slabbage underneath there to like fill in that gap actually, but otherwise I'm going to take these two down, and in their place I'm going to put a door because they do go together quite nicely, as if that's kind of like a wall, and that's... Ooh, do you know what, actually, I was going to say I don't like that, but actually, I kind of do like that, the way that it's inset, like it stands out a little bit. So this is going to open this way, and you come in here, and then you've got your kind of dodgy potions set up. It might not work, actually, because the other thing that I wanted to do was put trapdoors here to, like, cover this bit up. Let's see if we can get it to work, though. Let's put a placeholder block. Just one of these should do the trick there, and then we can get another one there. What do we think? Maybe I might keep that gap there, because when the doors open it kind of covers it over. Could be interesting, could be interesting. The next thing I want to do is kind of make a little stand in here. So I want to have two brewing stands eventually that will sit on top of this like this. And then I kind of want to do a little bit of barrel action. So we'll put some... I think we'll have, let's have them facing out actually. So have them facing out like that. And then I also want to have one here. Now we might actually be able to get a chest up here because of the way that the stairs is. So I could put a chest there, though that's going to look a bit dodgy because it's kind of like floating above. I think barrels will probably be the better answer. So let's make ourselves a couple of barrels. Now use all the spruce wood that I've got. And I believe that barrels, we've discussed this many times. I do know how to make barrels. Yes, indeed. There we go. Yeah, okay, I think that does look a little bit better. It's starting to look a bit cramped in here, which is actually the effect that I was wanting to go for. So we'll plonk the door in. I want it to be on this side so that it opens out onto the stone. And I decided that I actually wanted to have black stained glass in the windows, so they're like really murky and quite dirty. And then let's put the front door in as well. And this front door I'm going to have popped out because the wood comes all the way up to here. So we've got a slightly different effect. I actually don't mind that, where that overhang is. So I'm actually going to leave that like that. So that's the downstairs kind of done in terms of like the basic shape. I'm going to leave the upstairs for a moment because I actually need to go and get my bookcases. But one of the things I was thinking of trying out was kind of like a a kind of chandelier system. So we don't want to have it connecting too much. So I might start there. That's quite interesting, actually. I think I like that. Let's have a lantern and see how that looks. You just got to try things out. I think it's a little bit too low. I might make that a bit higher, but I do quite like the way that looks, the iron there. And I might change that to something else maybe. But so far, I think that's not too bad. The other thing that I did is I whacked a bunch of the clay in the furnaces because I want to do quite a few flower pots. And I actually might stick some things like mushrooms in them because I think that'll make it look a bit more gross in here, you know. I wish I had some dead bushes as well, but I think you need to get those from a desert. Oh, there is one more thing that we need to do actually, and this is going to get rid of all the torches in here, but I'm going to be able to put them back, is we need to waterlog all of this to make it into... Whoop. Ooh, yeah, I was kind of growing on this, but I think the solid one makes the house look a little bit more finished and a little bit less like it's, you know, ooh, there's some down there as well, a little bit less like it's been made out of very colourful sand. Oh yeah, no, I definitely like that. Let's do that all around. This is like the fun part of of playing with the different concretes. And I do like the texture of the wall next to the more solid thing, actually. I think that does look really nice. Let's see how we're doing. This one there. The water is causing some issues. One more there. Oh, we need a bit more than that. Too quick. Too quick. Yes. Yeah, I do like the way that looks, actually. I think that's really ace. Let's slide down the stairs. Whee! Oh, yep. It's picked up all the torches. Right, we need a little bit more here. A little bit more here. Oh, I thought that would waterlog that. That's interesting. Yeah, just have to waterlog it myself. Very nice, very nice. Let's get these around here. This one. I should probably have the Benny Hill music playing while I'm doing this. That's how well this is going. And ta-da! Let's go have a look at it from the outside. Weird little gap there. Let's see if I missed any. No, it doesn't look like I have. It looks pretty good. Oh yeah, no, I actually like that much better. I don't know what you guys feel about that, but I think the solid concrete gives it quite a distinctive look, as if like the paint is kind of solid in some places and then it's like chipping in others. Yeah, I think that's going to look really nice when it's finished. And there it is, guys, all done. I'm really happy with how this has turned out, actually. It's interesting because, again, it's so different to how it turned out in creative. I actually think this is almost like a little bit bigger inside here, but that's okay. I used my handy Silk Touch pickaxe to get everything over here. I only accidentally broke one bookcase without it, so I only managed to waste 6 pieces of wood in the end. And as promised, I got a couple of mushrooms in pots over here. You can still access this barrel just here, not that there's anything in it. Couple of paintings up here, and eventually I'd quite like to have some sea pickles, actually, if I can find them, because they look suitably gross, and also like some item frames with other kind of weird things in them. And then if we go downstairs, I've utilised a great painting for this house. I thought this was very appropriate. It goes with the wood, the blue very, very well, so I think that's nice. We've got like a weird little plant here that's actually also a barrel, so, you know, useful. Oh, forgot to put a piece of glass there. Never mind, we'll do that later. And then we've got the little back room here, which doesn't have anything in it apart from like a little mushroom. But yeah, that's it, guys. It's done. Let's have a look outside. I ended up moving this door in the end, so it's now inset. And actually, I think that is better, actually, because it makes that door look a little bit less inviting and kind of like, ooh, what could be in there? A little bit more spooky. But yeah, you know, despite everything that went wrong, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out in the end. Kind of a few vines dripping off. I don't know if you can see, guys, but I also, whilst I was up on the roof, put the same lining that's on that roof there, so it looks kind of like metal spikes. Actually, whilst I was up there, I forgot to mention, I also started putting some trapdoors all the way along there that I think it actually looks really nice. It kind of adds kind of a little sense of an overhang, but not quite, which I think is quite a good little effect. But I think that is all we've got time for, guys. You know, we take these things in our stride. I'm not too sad about like losing a little bit of footage, to be honest. I think it could have been quite a lot worse. I'd already kind of planned in my mind, like if I'd lost, you know, if the whole thing had been corrupted, I had the seed and we'd just do a big live stream and we just build it all again, really. You know, it's not worth being upset over, you know. And I think we're all surviving very well at the moment, considering everything that's going on, and actually not a bad way to end an episode. You know, things will turn out all right in the end. But with that, guys, I will catch you next time, and let me know what you think we should work on next.